It's a pleasure and honor to having you in Pristina. Representative from the European Union Commission join us online. Mr. Frank Boland, Head of Units for Enlargement and Pre-Accession Assistance, who will speak on progress with Common Agriculture Policy, EPARD and EU integration. It is also a special pleasure to hear an online address by Mr. Stephen Doughty, Minister of State for Europe, North America, and whose engagement in the Berlin process, bringing value, perspective, and strengthen our shared commitments for regional cooperation, and the respective colleagues from the Ministry of Agriculture. It is a special pleasure and honor for hosting this meeting in Pristina and to reflect on our joint progress toward the common agricultural policy, as well as the steps taken to make the requirement for EPARD accession. Since becoming Minister of Agriculture, I have remained fully committed to align Kosovo agriculture policy, agri-food and forestry sector with European Union standards, including respecting EU rules, applying best practices and harmonize our laws, bylaws, and regulation with those with the European Union standards. In financial shame, grants and subsidies, Kosovo farmers have been supported with over 300 million euros for the period 2021-2024. In this regard, we have also prepared the internal regulation of the Agency for Rural Development as an important step toward EPARD accreditation. Next year, we will also launch the EPARD-like project financed by the European Union, and this project will serve as an important test for our current readiness to apply for EPARD processing in practice, helping us to identify strengths, addressing gaps, and build the necessary capacity for full EPARD accreditation. The same methodology was successfully applied in Albania before its accreditation, and it will play a crucial role in preparing Kosovo for the same path. And this shows how important it is to share and to exchange knowledge with neighboring countries. Also, do not forget mentioning our current methodology for grant evaluation and control processing in full with line with EPARD rules. The last European Commission report for Kosovo showed clear progress in the agriculture and rural development cluster. In highlight achievement under Chapter 11 on agriculture and rural development, Chapter 12 on food safety, veterinary and phytosanitary policy, and Chapter 13 on fishery and aquaculture, confirming that Kosovo is advanced in line with European Union requirement. For those chapters, we have prepared the necessary sectoral laws in full alignment with European Union standards, introduced digital monitoring tools for food safety, such as food control and managing system, and established an inventory for fisheries. Regarding the implementation of the Green Agenda objectives, Kosovo has made significant progress, starting with strategic report on climate change adaptation in agriculture with the support of standing working group, national strategy to include practices that are in line with the protection of the environment, the establishment of the inventory for the forestry sector, the adaptation of the national plan for wildlife management and biodiversity protection, 400% decrease in support for organic agriculture, and the expansion of organically cultivated area. Kosovo, as one of the beneficiaries of European Union and Green Agenda projects supported by Western Balkans, is actually involved in the regional efforts, strengthening its national structure, policies and cooperation to advance the green agenda and its European Union accession climate neutrality by 2050. Looking ahead, the Berlin process remains a very important framework for our cooperation, offering the opportunity to strengthen agriculture and rural development. It's helped support regional cooperation, economic integration, and the most important, our path toward the European Union. Thank you, our partners, donors, and thank you, Standing Working Group. We are on the right direction. Progress is clear, and Kosovo accreditation in EPARD is forthcoming. Thanks a lot, Mr. Boban, and thanks to everyone.
Welcome to the 19th Annual Working Meeting of Ministers of Agriculture from Southeastern Europe. I'm truly delighted that together we are able to continue our work. On today's agenda, we would like to reach at least two objectives of today's meeting. It will be a long day. However, the first one is to come back to the declaration adopted in Skopje last year, where the ministers jointly, with a consensus, agreed on certain points. The Skopje agenda was, I think, pretty much known to you, and the commitments which our Western Balkan economists and the ministers of agriculture took in relation to that. The second one, also because beside that, SWG is an organization which has encompassed not only Western Balkan 6, but also Moldova. However, we would like to make a contribution to the upcoming Berlin Process Summit, scheduled for end of October in London, for the highest political level. So practically our technical work, policy work, to be also addressed as on the highest political level within the Berlin process. Use also the opportunity to thank the previous host and practically initiator of the Berlin process, colleagues from Federal Ministry of Agriculture from Germany, for actually initiating this process, because as you know, on the agenda of the Berlin process were highest political issues related to the Balkans. However, years after years, we are going down to the reality of problems related to agriculture, to youth, to Roma community, to economic issues, and so on. And this is also thanks to the colleagues from Germany. I mean, we succeeded to bring that issue on a higher political level. I believe that 19th meeting in terms of results will be no exception. And SWG, the colleagues, I would like to assure the head of delegations from our members that all the policy topics addressed within our work, the people you nominated, then also the vast number of experts involved are working constantly, and that these working groups are producing and delivering the policy documents, strategic roadmaps, discussing among them about the issues, and I think there is a real progress. Later on, I will give you some hints on the report of the achievements in the last year. Of course, this will not be possible without the support of our partners. There is a long list of partner countries which formally within the SWG have a status of observers, but they are very active actually, and our work wouldn't be possible without their backup and support in terms of expertise, in terms of also other resources and the help of their institutions in order to do our to apply our philosophy. Our philosophy is based on the foundation to assist the countries to facilitate Western Balkan countries in order to prepare for EU integration, so everything related to Chapter 11, 12, a little bit less Chapter 13, because for some of the countries it is less important, for some of the countries it is of the immense importance. However, that is our philosophy and we do that, and also would like to thank the ministers, the administration and also the ministers themselves for really pushing that into the right direction. I will speak later on the results, but according to our established tradition, with the meeting today in Pristina, we start the presidency over the standing working group for regional rural development in Southeastern Europe. So Kosovo ministry is taking over the presidency, but I also would like to express my honor and my gratitude to the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Water Economy of North Macedonia for successfully holding the presidency of the SWG Assembly for the year 2025. And I would like to ask my colleagues for a small ceremony to thank the colleagues from the North Macedonia, and also officially to start the presidency of Kosovo with the standing working group. So this is for okay, media photos.
Thanks a lot. From this moment, Kosovo is leading the precedence of standing working groups. I would like to thank representative Deputy Minister from North Macedonia for their leadership and commitment during this past year and for all the activity that was development during this period. With full responsibility, Kosovo will now take over the presidency of the Standing Working Group Assembly. For us and for the coming year, Mr. Bekim Hoxha will serve as the president of the Assembly of Standing Working Group, and under this mandate, Kosovo will lead projects and initiatives that strengthen our cooperation and advance the development of agriculture and rural area across our region and abroad. We will make all efforts by our side in order to fulfill all the activities that are taken during this year. So thanks a lot from the North Macedonia, and we will try and we will do the best for our side. Thanks, Mr. Boban.